Under engineering department, there are a number of things that we actually also control. One of the areas that we are undertaking at the moment is we are doing construction. Under construction, we have a number of activities that are actually happening right here at Nkwashi. You realize that the whole area is undergoing massive, changes in terms of infrastructure development, and one of the infrastructure that we are dealing with at the moment is road construction. Yes, road construction is a very, big undertaking, which involves a lot of activities before the road comes into being. The first thing that actually takes place before anything to do with the road construction takes off is you need to have, first of all, machinery in place. You also need to have personnel in place who are supposed to, be in charge of such duties. In the first place, you need machines like a bulldozer. A bulldozer is a very massive machine which is used to clear, the bush, to pave way for other machines to come in place. But you realize that before you bring in the dozer in place to try and open up the roads, you need to have a surveyor in place who is going to follow all the designs that have been put in place for the roads. And then once the surveyor does his work, we are going to set out the roads, and once the roads are set out, we are now going to bring in the dozer to clear the bush, and once the bush is cleared, that is where now we come in to do the formation. The formation of the road is done by the grader. We also need an excavator. We also need a compactor. Once the formation is done, we are going to mix the soil that is what we call in situ. The soil which is existing there is going to be processed, and once it's processed, it is compacted. Of course, you need to have an optimum moisture added to the soil itself before you can compact it. You compact it, and once it's compacted, we bring in another department from the lab, which is going to test to ascertain that your works are actually meeting the required standards. And once that happens, we now graduate to another level where we now start importing in gravel. Of course, the gravel that is brought in there is supposed to be approved, because before you start using the gravel on the roads, you need to make sure that it goes under scrutiny in the lab, and then it passes the requirements, and then from there we can now go ahead and use it. So using that material, it depends on how the road has been designed. You realize that there are certain areas where the land is not even. So you realize that maybe you need a number of fields to get to the required design. Depending on that, that is how you are going to carry out your layer works. And at least every layer that is done is supposed to be approved. It's supposed to be, samples are supposed to be taken by the lab department and then ascertain whether it has passed the requirements. And then once that is done, we are going to do the last layer, which we call the base. Base is a layer that is actually going to receive, once it's done, it's going to receive the surfacing. So when you're doing the base, you need to stabilize that layer. We've tried our best to try and educate our clients that there are roads that we have set aside to say for our clients that are coming in for their construction of their houses at their respective properties. They are supposed to use certain designated roads that are able to carry overloads. So I think basically that has been a challenge, which I know we are almost managing because we've managed to talk to almost a 3/4 of our clients, and they're very cooperative, and that every time they come through with their laden trucks for building materials and other stuff, they actually adhere to our directives. It's somehow a bit tricky to give a timeline in an environment of construction. I'll give you a timeline to say, okay, we'll do a 30-kilometer stretch in a year. But you see, there are other things that would come your way before you realize it, and that will actually take up and eat up into your time, and then you will not be able to meet up the targets. But we are very confident that with the program that we have started now, and the number of kilometers that we need to do, we should be able to do by close of the year maybe almost half of the peg that we've set up. Oh yes, Nkwashi is financing most of the, if not all, the developments that are taking place here. Apart from, of course, we are also in a way helping our clients. We help our clients in a way where we source for the contractors who definitely are also going to be approved by the board to say they meet the requirements, the standards that we are looking for as Nkwashi. So yes, Nkwashi is financing every development that is taking place here. You see, our clients are the more reason why we are in existence, and I would be failing in my duties if I didn't congratulate the response the clients have actually brought forward to us in the past years, and I feel we are indebted to our clients because one, they've been faithful to us. Two, they've always made follow-ups on everything that they felt was not clear in their view, and we've always come forward to explain the circumstances and whatever questions they raise concerning the development. we are so grateful to our clients, and we want to assure them that we are doing our best to give them our promises, and they will definitely enjoy the services that we are going to offer to them in the near future.